Hello, I'm Dr. Tom, and I'd like to welcome you to another Friday Update. I'll begin this week with our news and our update from our global family reunion. We've been on the phone this week with the Mirage in Las Vegas, and the reality is that they have moved they have extended their reduced capacity until January the 15th. Which, in discussing with them and discussing with Blaine and Dr. Ted and our team, that it's virtually impossible for us to be able to be there on the first weekend in February, because the trend is, the thought is, their advice is that they probably will extend it once again. The challenge that creates is that they've gone from a room size that will allow gatherings, the gatherings period, from 250 people per room, which we have a number of rooms to be able to do, to 50 people per room. And I watched the news conference from the governor. It does not look promising as far as Las Vegas and the COVID scenario. So having said that, it will be virtually impossible for us to be able to do that event live at that time. Therefore, we're going to postpone the Global Family Reunion. And while parts of me are saddened by that, because of course I would love to see you, as would everyone in Gen, love to be together. At this time, these are circumstances and situations that are out of our control. And so what we will do, please save those dates, because we will plan some major virtual event for you. And we'll be able to link everyone in. We will have a spectacular event. It will be done virtually in February at this point and at this time. Once again, that is the update literally 24 hours ago that we did receive from them. So we thought it would be best to make this announcement now, prior to the holidays, prior to you getting together, prior to people who are continuing to register and continuing to make flight reservations, even attempting to do that from other countries, which still have restrictions to be able to fly into the United States. So at this point, that's the decision that we've made, and that's what we're going to do moving forward. So we look forward to seeing you on that virtual event, those virtual scenarios that we will be bringing to you live with some very special guests and some great information, some great training, some great camaraderie. And again, we'll stay in the tech world until we can be in the high touch world. That is just exactly where we are. As a reminder, coming up the end of this month, December 31st, that is the deadline for you to be a dues-paying member inside the world of the Global Information Network in order to and to be able to qualify to receive Level 8 free from KT in 2022. The year of 2021 we are very excited about and look forward to. We will be making some special arrangements for you to be able to get your Level 6s and your Level 7As and your Level 7Bs. Again, we just learned this scenario 24 hours ago. So we will be making plans and we'll be getting that information out to you so that everyone will be qualified. Everyone will be able to get this information. That's our goal. That is our commitment, to make sure that we can make that happen for each and every one of you who are working so hard to get to that particular point by studying so much and by involving yourself in the training. And so we look forward to that happening. I do have another announcement for you, another gift in the world of Gen. As you know, we have a very close relationship, and thank you to Lee Kinney for the World of Natural Cures. A link into that and a way in which that particular site was built years ago, and so much information has been shared worldwide about natural cures as a result of this book, Natural Cures That They Don't Want You to Know About, with Kevin Trudeau. That book has been translated into French. And I have for you a cover again. This is just, talk about hot off the press, literally hot off the press. This is what the cover of that book will look like in French for you to have your Remedies Naturales coming to you live in French. Jean-Luc, I tell you, you've done a spectacular job. You are a trooper. You are a truly committed individual to seeing something through and following up and following through you get kudos. You pulled it off, you did it. It is here in time for Christmas. We will be putting links. Again, this is just brand new as well. Wanted to get the news out to you. We will be putting links on the Gin store for you to be able to order that and to be able to contact us for that information. The Natural Cures book happening in French. So again, our team will be working to get that information up, whether it's up by the time you see this or the day or a couple of days after. Our team is truly committed. They are working extra hours to get all of the people involved and enrolled inside the club that are working toward that December 31st deadline and the upgrades that have happened. So there's a tremendous amount of activity. There are some really great things happening inside the world of gin. We look forward to turning the calendar and moving into what's going to happen in 2021. And on that note, I would like to remind you, we do a member development series, just another of those gifts that we added with the Terrific Tuesdays and the Wellness Wednesdays and the Financial Fridays, and the member development series that we added. The last 2 weeks are spectacular. Blaine Athorn did a 2-part series talking about giving and receiving, and I would suggest and recommend, highly encourage that you go and listen to those if you have not heard that information over the last couple of weeks. I think it will put a great focus for you on just how those principles work. We did an inner circle call where we talked about this as a topic. It was very well received. This information is perfect for this time of year because it's a gifting time of year and it's a receiving time of year. And I believe it will help to paint a new perspective for you. Blaine did a spectacular job in this, to paint that new perspective. The writings he was talking about come from Kevin. This information, I believe, will change the way you view giving and receiving. So I would encourage you to do that. I also would have a suggestion. This past week, we had an incredible snowstorm here in Arkansas. It was 75 degrees. A couple of days later, we received over 6 inches of snow. It's one of those snows that took all day and it just gently came down in those huge flakes, and you could actually track the individual flakes as they were coming down. They piled up on the trees. I was able to shoot a Wellness Wednesday. I was on my way to the office, and I walked outside and I said, if there's anything I understand, it's be in the moment. And so I put everything aside and said, let me just walk out here and let me share with the gin world, our gin brothers and sisters, the magnificence of the universe and its gift to us. So I would encourage you again, go back and look at this week's Wellness Wednesday, because it also has a message in there about evaluating and possibly changing your story. To make a decision, you're only a decision away, to look for the nuggets in your life, to look for the great things that have happened. Forget the news media and all of the chatter that's going on out there. I understand there are some serious situations and there has been some tremendous loss in certain areas. There also are some tremendous gains. And while we're compassionate with the loss, we also must continue to look forward, because as a club and as a society and as individuals, we always must be looking out there. Life is out there. It's in the future. It's what's ahead of you. It's what you plan and dream and commit to. It's out there. Sure, life happens right here. I understand that. The power is out there. The power out there that comes through you, that allows you to grow and allows you to study and allows you to meet the people that are in gin and to spend time with your gin brothers and sisters. And whenever we can get together again, as soon as we can get together again, rest assured we will be getting together again. As we look forward into the world of 2021, the dates of 2021, and as we turn the calendar on 2020, and we celebrate the wins that happened there. There are some great things that have occurred there as well. As you begin to plan and to dream and to have your vision, and as you will look forward to, and as you begin to manifest those things, and as you begin to develop masterminds so that you can accomplish these things in 2021, please keep in mind it's about you. It's about you discovering who you are. about you growing in your relationships, and about you growing in your business, and about you growing in your spirituality, and you growing inside this club, and you growing toward level 8. What a flashpoint, level 8, free with KT. It just has such a great ring to it. What a great gift that he has agreed to give this club for an exponential growth that will happen there, for an enlightenment that will happen there, for a movement toward learning more about who you are as a result of that gift, the gift that he's giving back. So there are some great things that have happened in 2020, and we look forward to sharing those with you. We look forward to sharing that vision with you, and to share those dreams with you, and to be a part of that in your families, and the Gin family, and the Gin community, and the worldwide growth that we've experienced in 2020, when so much of the talk is about this is not happening, and this is down, and this is a revolution type of things, and there are riots, and they're all. Gin is growing. And Gin is growing because it's who we are. It's our messaging. It's our ability to look through that stuff, to look through the filters, and to listen to the narrative, and to see through it, and to see past it. And what's beyond it? What happens in the future? What happens in your future? Spend some time between now and the end of the year, as we move into the holidays, spend some time reflecting on who you are and who you've become, and celebrate those wins, and be thankful and be grateful for that, and be appreciative of that. And as we move forward into 2021 and we realize the successes that we have, celebrate them. Maybe pop a cork on some champagne and celebrate the wins, like we've done together, like we'll do again in the future. You know, I read lots of different kinds of information, and lots of different motivational things, and lots of different success stories, and lots of different bits of information, because sometimes it just takes a nugget. Maybe it's a word, maybe it's 3 words, maybe it's a phrase that people have, a way in which they can speak some truth that resonates with you, and it triggers all of those previous wins you've had in your past, and it puts it together so succinctly. I read a quote this week from Reba McEntire, and see, it makes no difference what venue you're in. Maybe you're in country music. Maybe you've risen to the top of your profession. The success is success. Whether it's in business or relationship or spirituality, it's the same. It's the same. It's the same thing. Once you plug into that feeling and you get on that train and you get your energy ball moving in that direction, and you get your cells actually vibrating in that essence of success, it matters not what vocation you're in. It matters not what you do for a living. It matters not what you do as your job. What matters is that you see it, you get it, you feel it, you taste it, you touch it, you incorporate it into your very being. That's what success is about. And she said, in order to be successful, you must have 3 things. 1 is a wishbone. The wish, the dream, the plan, the future, what's out there. What's your wish list? It matters not the verbiage at this point. It's about wishing. It's about looking out there. It's about anticipation. And the second thing was to have a backbone where you actually do the work. You know, we've talked for years about the people in Gin, the members of Gin who win the most, those that actually do something. Lots of people hear the information. You may receive your wishes, your command, and it may sit on your shelf for a year. You see, it's not until you do something, like plug it in and play it, maybe you listen to it online. You have to do something. You have to take an action step. You have to put in the work. You have to sow in order to reap. You must sow in order to reap. Do something. Have a backbone. Build your constitution. Build your foundation. This is, to me, the essence of Gin. It's building that foundation so that when you meet something that may be adversarial, when you meet something that someone questions something about, you have a backbone. You have a foundation. You have a constitution about who you are. And we're learning more about that each and every day through the Success Mastery course. You got to have a wishbone, a vision. You have to have a backbone. You have to do something. You have to be willing to do something. This is not about entitlement. This is not about people giving you things. This is about you doing something. We'll study the things that I recommended earlier today if you want to know about giving and the energy of giving and receiving. And the third thing, in order to accomplish success, that third bone is to have a funny bone. Yes, a funny bone. We call it be happy now. The ability to laugh. The ability to laugh in the face of adversity. The ability to laugh at situations and circumstances that other people can't because that's not the way they're wired. That's not the way they're trained. It's as important to laugh as it is any part of your feelings and emotions. Laugh. And most importantly, you must be able to laugh at yourself. Don't take yourself too seriously. You're only here for a short period of time. Let's call it 100 years. That's a short period of time in the overall scheme of things. Have the ability to laugh. I'm talking about that gut-busting, belly-busting laughter where your whole body begins to resonate. Have a wishbone, have a backbone, have a funny bone. And in that funny bone, that happiness, be happy now, be happy through the holidays. So I'll conclude today with a happy holidays to each and every one of you. And we look forward, our family of Jen looks forward to sharing with your family in 2021. Have a happy holiday. I'm Dr. Tom. We'll talk to you next week.